Hello, my name is Jen and welcome to the Book Refuge. Today, as you can see, I have an original book tag for you. I've checked and I haven't seen anyone do one like this. If by some chance I missed, I'm sorry, but this one, is original to me and I'm really excited to be doing it. So I wanted to come up with my own book tag for a while, but I wanted to do something that was different. Don't we all? We all want to be quirky and fun. And so if you can tell by my super fashionable running jacket, that of course I did not just put on because I'm filming a video about this. Whatever. Anyway, today we're doing the workout book tag. So as you'll see really quick, like the theme of this is different parts of working out, different things having to do with exercise, hopefully to maybe, give you a boost. You could listen to these on audio while you're working out. That's super cool, right? Or, just to be different. So please feel free to do this. I'm going to tag some people in the end, but if you see it, do it. That's how I get started with most of my tags, is I just find ones I like and I do them. So here we go. We're going to get started with number 1. The most important part of your workout is the warm-up. Name a book that you think is good for newbies who are just getting into YA or maybe just starting to get into reading. I picked The Hunger Games, which I know may be a bit overdone at this point, but it really was part of my renaissance for getting back into young adult. I read it, like 6 years ago now probably, but it was such a good boost. It's a really quick read. The whole series is a really quick read. And the characters are so good. And I will always love this story, especially the first book. I think the first book is amazing. I was on the edge of my seat. I had no idea what was going to happen and I loved it. But I think it's a really good book for, because it's great for even middle school can start reading this book. Even though it's kind of intense, it's still kind of a middling book. So yeah, this was what I picked as something to be good for book newbies or people who are really just getting into genre type like this. So number 2 is a book that gets your blood pumping, something that's starting to get everything flowing, so you're getting ready for your workout and it's gonna be awesome. And I picked a book, this book I'm currently reading, and it has me on my edge of my couch cushion every time I pick it up, and that is Nevernight by J. Kristoff. This is new adult or adult dark fantasy. It's fantastic. I'm not doing like mini book reviews for all these. I'm just telling you because I want this to be quick. But this is about the main woman in this is Mia Colbert, and she wants to get revenge on the people who killed her parents. So she tries to joins this super secret crazy group of assassins, and she wants to be on their team so she can use them to help her get revenge. So it's fabulous. It is action-packed, so intense. It gives me all the feels, is really complexly set up, so I really, have to be on my game when I'm reading it. And yeah, that's what I picked for number 2. Number 3 is called Marathon. What is a series that took you forever to read, but was so satisfying when you finished it? Like you really had to work for it. So I picked for this the Sword of Truth series by Terry Goodkind. This is the 6th book in the series, but it's my favorite one. So that's the one I decided to hold up because you don't often get to hold up the 6th book in a series. But this series has 11 books as well as 2 spin-off series that come after it, making the entire series about 16 books. The original series of 11 books took me 2 years to read, also because it was hard to find the books at the time that I read it as a youngin'. But I love this series. It's about Richard Rall, who finds out he is a wizard and has to go on epic adventures to save the land. It's real good. This is an adult fantasy as well, but I read this when I was in 10th through 12th grade is when I read it. Freaking amazing. So if that's your kind of thing, I really suggest you check out Terry Goodkind, specifically The Sword of Truth. The first one is called Wizard's First Rule, and I'll put a picture of that right here. All right, number 4, I've recently unhauled because number 4 is called Hurdles. Name a book that you DNF'd because it was just too hard to hurdle. Don't know why I'm talking like this. And that book is Girl of Fire and Thorns by Ray Carson. Just couldn't get into this. I talked about it in my unhaul, which I'll link up above. I just could not get into it, didn't like the main character. There's 3 books in this series. Couldn't do it, so I gave it up. It's DNF'd. I did not climb that hurdle. Number 5, sprinting. Name a series or book that you finished super fast. And I picked Shadow and Bone by Leigh Bardugo. So sorry, Lee. Shadow and Bone by Leigh Bardugo. I listened to the first one on audio because the reader was fabulous, but then I couldn't wait any longer, so I bought the second and third one, and I finished both of those on one day. So in total, it took me a week to finish this entire series. I've now read everything Leigh Bardugo has written, and I can't wait for King of Scars, Nikolai's story to come out. I'm so excited for it. I love that man. I love him so much. Our pirate king, he's amazing. So yeah, Shadow and Bone, I love this book. People have crappy things to say about this series sometimes, but again, I don't care. I'm telling you how I felt. I just got into this series and I loved it. I loved the characters. I loved the story. I thought it was so interesting and different, and I loved it. So check out the Grisha trilogy. Number 6 is MVP. Name a character who is your favorite. I picked James Malcolm Mackenzie Fraser. Wait, James Alexander Malcolm Mackenzie Fraser. He has a lot of names, guys. From the Outlander series. He has to be in here. He is my favorite character. You get to see him from the age of like 22 through the age of like 50, 60 he is by the end, and he lives a great life. He is such an awesome dude. He is swoon-worthy. He is the king of men, and this is an adult historical romance. You know, I cover the whole spectrum here. I love it. You will not regret reading these books, no matter how big and long they seem. I'll say this again and again. So worth your time. If you want to listen to these on audio, they're also great. You could be listening to the audio for years because they're really long, but I love it so much. King of Men, MVP. Next, group fitness. Name your favorite cast of characters or team in a book. And I picked the Rampion crew from the Lunar Chronicles. And I hold up Winter because she's holding an apple. And I feel that this is a big, juicy apple of a series. My friend Sadie is reading this right now. Hey, girl. And she is currently experiencing my love for the Rampion crew. We talk about it and we laugh and have so much fun because this series is amazing, and each book introduces you to some more characters, and they all just pile on top of each other, and they're just give me all the feels, and they're so happy, and well, it's not happy. I mean, this is a drama, you know, the drama's happening, but they're all trying to win back the lunar throne for the real princess who belongs on the throne of Luna, which is a moon. It's the moon. It's awesome. I really don't know what's wrong with me, but I'm having fun, so you're gonna go with it. Yeah. But anyway, this is my favorite cast as a whole. They're so great. I was torn between a couple because I love books when they have a good crew, like when it's not just about one person. And I just think Marissa Meyer does such a great job of building that crew and making you care about each one so much. So I love it. This is another good one. Lifting weights. Name your biggest book that you own. And I have the Inheritance book specifically, but it's from the Inheritance cycle, and it's very big. I don't know how many pages. I mean, I definitely have books that are more pages. Like this one's 860. Like I have some that have more pages, like the Outlander ones. But this is the heaviest one I have. So here it is. This is the 4th book in the Inheritance cycle, rounding it all out. He keeps promising more of these books, but the years are ticking by, and I'm losing faith, Christopher. I'm losing faith, Christopher Paolini. I love this book series. Many, many people do. It's dragons, it's magic, it's elves and dwarves and orcs, not orcs. What are they called in this series? I don't even know, but whatever. It's fabulous. So don't let the weight scare you. This one's also fabulous on audio to listen to while you're lifting weights. And finally, the cool down. Name a book that you like to read at night or a book that helps relax you and is just calm. And I, of course, had to pick my childhood favorite, Little House on the Prairie, which you'll know I've talked about since the beginning of this booktube channel, and I will not stop. This is a grade school / middling read, but I read them every year and I love them. This is the story of Laura Ingalls and her family as they move across the country and, well, mostly the Midwest area, and live their lives and deal with the hardships and the happiness of living on the prairie. So sweet. It always puts me in a thankful mood because I'm thankful for running water and things like that. And also for family. It's so happy. So I always suggest this. No matter what age, you'll fly through them and they're really calm. And it's a nice change from some of these other ones that made me want to tear my heart out. They hurt so much. Number 10 is put your team together. Assemble the team. And this one, of course, is tag some friends. So tags coming at you. Murphy Napier, Hannah Books and Other Things, Ali Covert, and Pierre Ford. You have been tagged into the relay. All right, I'll wind it down for this outro here. Thank you so much for watching my video. I hope you like this tag. Like, comment, subscribe, give me your thoughts, feedback. Are you gonna do my tag? If you do my tag, give me a shout out. Love to hear. Yeah, so happy that you watched it. Thanks for always coming to the Refuge, the book Refuge. Peace out.